following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star in Frisco. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, and Shannon Gross.
Through his whole deal. Wow, man, you tougher than I thought.
Thursday! Kurt's tougher than we thought.
Yeah.
Why is
man.
Kurt tougher than you thought?
Because we have Tay on later, and I said, well, I like looking at Tay better than I do him. So, and then he said I was trying to kick him off the show, and you said Cancer couldn't kick you off the show, and that made me realize, like, really? Cancer didn't kick him off the show.
Even during treatment, he kept coming
nose
back.
running,
Can't get rid
no
of me
hair
that.
on his head.
Dripping snot on the mic. Who sits
Can't get rid of me,
Who
Daddy.
sits in that chair on the other show?
I don't know, man.
Nick and I'm not sure.
I know Mickey does.
Mickey.
No.
No wonder Mickey's always upset.
Oh, it ain't my fault.
Been licking Kurt's snot
Ain't my fault.
for the last 6 weeks.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Y'all
man.
are awful. Why you start the show off this way?
Nate's fault.
Not my fault. Wow.
Because it's Thursday
First of all,
and we
Kurt,
can.
can you show Shannon's pop?
We have a studio audience
Kurt doesn't
today.
control the cameras.
I mean, excuse me.
Douglas?
Sorry. Douglas, can you show?
That's all you get. Look, he's back. If you see Kurt's head right here, back in the corner.
Stand up just a second, Mr. Tom.
Yeah, stand up. Tommy Gross is in the studio today.
Yeah.
We're not going to let him on the microphone
And you can't.
Why not?
just because he said he's being a media, what'd he say, critic today. So he's observing.
We're being judged.
So welcome to the studio, not the actual show, because we're not letting you talk. So we have so many things we're going to talk about.
We got to.
We might not even talk about Giants Cowboys until tomorrow. We are prepared to talk about it if it comes up.
Right.
But we told you we had other things to talk about
We
today.
do.
on
In-house
yesterday's show.
things.
3 things. We're going to talk about Dak.
Yes.
Where does he fit in?
Yes.
Where
sir.
does this team fit in?
Into the playoff scenario.
Right. And then Randy Gregory. Where does he fit in? We'll get to him later.
Into the team concept. So
Correct.
I mean,
Correct.
well, you're great. You're a great host.
Oh, thank you. It only took you 2 years to figure this out. So let me tell you, I'll pull the curtain back a little bit, like we always do on this show. So I went and had lunch with my dad, and he's like, well, it's 45 minutes to the show. Don't you need to go get ready? And I said, I am getting ready. I said,
Were you having a beer or something?
No, this is how I get ready. About 5 minutes before the show, I go to my email. I search Kurt Daniels. I open up the last email. It's some talking points for the show. I print it out. I walk down here. When the intro music starts playing, I read through it, and I go, good. Oh, I booked my flight yesterday. Hope
know
I
what,
don't
man?
have to use
All I'm
it.
saying is,
Senorita lined up yet?
Nope.
Kurt, do you get a strong feeling that that's a sign of doubt?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Now, we're not going to go into it.
No.
I just want to ask
You want to
Kurt.
know why I booked my flight? Because one site, what site is that, Kurt?
It's 5:30.
Old Mexico.
They give Dallas 2% chance to win the Super Bowl. They give Seattle a 3% chance and the Saints a 32% chance. So all I'm saying, with a 2% chance to win the Super Bowl, I am hedging my bet if I was a gambling man, which I'm not. But I am saying there's a 98% chance, according to this site, that I'm going to Mexico.
Right.
So I need to be prepared, right?
I guess.
Because if I book a last minute flight, it's going to cost me about $8,000. So here's a terrible scenario, but would be kind of awesome.
Right.
The Sunday of the NFC Championship game, there is a possibility if we play in that game and we lose, that I would be on a plane back to Dallas, and 6:30 the next morning a flight leaves from Dallas to
Not wasting
Cancun.
time, are you?
I might have about 4 hours of downtime, and I'm in Mexico.
Wow.
Let's hope I'm preparing
You
and
seem
packing
pretty excited
bags
about
for
that.
Atlanta and not Mexico.
You know what's so amazing, man, is
What?
that fact that normally when you say, okay, it's always that probability of in between. But it is so bad against Dallas with a 2% that he said 98% chance. Normally say it's like a 20% chance, and then you have like 35% chance that something weird may happen, and then you got the 50% chance that you may be going to Mexico. But he says a strong 98%.
According to one side.
Right.
One side.
Now let me get y'all's take. I think that's putting them at the bottom of all these playoff teams in the NFC.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yeah.
Or in all these playoff teams, NFC and AFC. I think this team can beat. I think they can beat any one of these teams. Hell, they've shown you they beat the number one seed in the NFC. They can do it.
At home.
At home. That's the tricky part. There is a scenario, by the way, I figured out you could have two home play. You could play NFC championship game
There's
back here.
Top teams getting
One here, one away, and then you could be back.
Yeah.
Might not happen, but
Need 3 teams to lose to do it.
I'm not discounting this team. They're 2%. Give me a break, man. 2% chance to win the Super Bowl. I'd put that at 30.
30%.
They beat the Saints, man. The Saints.
So
the Saints are 32%
where you going is
chance.
where do the Cowboys
Where do
fit
they
in the
fit? Where do
playoffs?
you think they fit? I think right now, as it stands, the way they're playing, they can beat half of these teams that are in the playoffs, AFC and NFC at least. And on any given day, they can beat any one of these teams because they beat New Orleans at home, right?
Yeah.
It's a different animal on the road, but they beat them. They beat them.
Yes, I agree. Any given day, they can definitely win.
So where
This
Kurt?
ain't gonna be any given day though, bro.
Yeah, I know it.
Everybody's going to have their A game, and everybody's going to come out with full intensity and all that, and I get it. This team can lose to any team. They can beat any team. Why not us? Said it 7 or 8 weeks ago. Why not us? Kurt, where do you think they fit in this playoff picture?
Well, I think
Oh, he's doubting now.
I do have some doubt. I think they're going to have a tough first-round matchup. Seattle's playing as well as just about any team out there right now. And going to the Saints, you don't get much tougher than that. It only gets worse. Beat the Seahawks, and you got to go there. So
you told
I'm
me.
excited. I want them to do well. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to be a tough road.
Do you agree with this? You told me, you gave me this point. Pro Football Focus has the Cowboys ranked 12th. Behind Philly, which they have ranked 7th, and Seattle that they have ranked 10th. The Vikings are 13th. So they're saying Dallas is one team ahead of the Vikings. I totally disagree with that.
You know what? And I don't know what their mixture is, but they're probably looking at least the majority of the team with the Minnesota has been to the playoffs and went deep into the playoffs, went to the NFC Championship game. But this is what I'm looking at is, and y'all can do this, and I'm doing it from the NFC side. Where does your quarterback rank in all of this? Because I'm telling you, and I've been saying it for 2 weeks, and most of the knuckleheads out there, they're going to start saying it next week, because I guess they got a protocol on how they got to start talking, and we don't, thank God. But where does your quarterback rank in the top? Let's go through the top seed right now is the Saints.
Saints, Breeze.
The second highest is it Chicago or is it the Rams?
It's the Rams.
Okay, do you like Dak over Goff? Because we know Drew Brees is the man. Do we like Dak over Trubisky? I take Dak right now with Trubisky.
Yeah.
Because the more I'm finding out about him, the more I'm talking to people, he's kind of not stable yet. So that's kind of a wash.
Second year?
Do you take Dak over
I think so.
Minnesota's quarterback, Kirk Cousins?
Cousins.
I do, because I've seen Dak beat them straight up, face-to-face, head-to-head teams in the East. Now, the deal is, do you take Dak over Russell Wilson? I don't.
No.
So, I mean, where do your quarterback rank? Now you want to look at your defense. Now, where do your defense rank?
Yeah, up there.
Our defense play with any one of these defenses. The only defense I give a slight edge is Khalil Mack and the Bears. But everybody else, I think our defense can play head-to-head with them.
Agree with that.
So is our mishaps or deficiencies or whatever, inconsistency of our quarterback, along with our defense and run game, because I take our run game against anybody, is our deciding factor is our quarterback, is he enough?
And that go ahead.
Well, is that why they're ranked lower on some sites, the Cowboys? Because they obviously have one of the top defenses. They have one of the top rushing attacks, obviously. So it has to be they're seeing the weak link is passing game, right?
Passing game along with the offensive line. I'm telling you.
It's the Dilfer plan.
Yeah, there it is, brother. You said the truth.
Guess what? Won a Super Bowl with that
Exactly.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be done.
And here's the deal. And this goes into our next point. Where does Dak fit in, right?
Right.
The guy, I'm telling you, man, he wins.
Yep. What is it? Second most wins over the last 3 years? 31. I think only Brady has more. 34.
It's not pretty, and it's not ever by how you think. He's not going to be Romo where he throws for 400 yards, 5 times a year, 6 times a year more. But he's a winner. And unless the team just doesn't execute and they get the crap beat out of them like they did in the Colts, you're going to have games like that. But when the game's close, he wins the game.
Let me say this right here. This is what haunted Tony. No playoff wins. Mm-hmm. And if Dak want to change how people feel, because I remember like it was yesterday, nobody loved Tony. Nobody loved Tony until we changed quarterbacks. And I'm being honest. People can call it, I was always a Tony. Nah. I was in this media, and I listened to people. And I always believed in opening up the phones. Tony gonna do this, Don't want to hear it. I remember. So if Dak want to separate himself from Tony, he got to win the playoffs. We've been 8-8, we've been 12-4, and with the same results, no playoff wins. What's the use of going 12-4, no playoff wins? What's the use of going 8-8, 9-7, no playoff wins? You still the same team. Mm-hmm. Until you win a playoff game and advance to the second round, then you can start talking. Dak has to advance to the second round.
You don't think he has to get further than that?
No, not this year here. Not with a young team.
Okay.
This team is young, and Tank Johns. Excuse me. DeMarcus Lawrence.
Mixed up DeMarcus Lawrence with Tank Johnson.
Tank. The word
okay,
Tank.
Tank. All right.
And so I never called him Tank because I knew I would do this one day. So DeMarcus Lawrence, can he put this team on his back and will this team to a win? That's the only thing he has to do different. He's been a part of big wins. He's helped people, but and this is asking too much, because and this is saying a whole lot. But I remember when Lawrence Taylor could boy 1 or 2 games a year, he could just take the Giants and put it on his back. Because he was going to beat you everywhere possible defensively, interceptions, fumble pickups, killing your quarterback. Maybe D-Law ready to do one of those.
I hope.
Yeah, they need him to.
And you made a good point. Dak's got to go. He's got to win a playoff game. So in a 3-year stretch, if you make the playoffs 2 of those 3 years, and 1 of those years you advance past the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, in 3 years,
yeah,
I think the fans get behind that. I think they realize. I think you're right. If he takes you to the second round and you lose, I think there's a positive vibe.
Because
around
by that time the team can catch up.
Yeah.
See, you can't keep riding. He's growing up. He's getting better. Okay, what better stage in the show is he's better than in the playoff stage? Because that's what separates all the great quarterbacks. This is a numbers world. And I understand that. And you throw for 400 yards, you have 3 touchdowns, 1 is okay. All of that's great, but at the end of the day, it's called playoffs. And if you're not in the playoffs, all you are is the guy that went to the Washington Redskins. He got to the playoffs, can never win no games.
Alex Smith.
Yeah, can never take his team over the top. He's just Alex Smith.
Is that, we talk about the great quarterbacks in the league. They're all 30 years old and, older. They've got that experience. Tony talked about it's like by the time you figure out mentally the game, your body starts breaking down. That was kind of what he ran.
That's how it worked for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Cowboys
every
never
quarterback takes that long to figure it out.
Right. Well.
No, it don't. No, it don't, man. No, it don't. Because remember when Drew Brees had it figured out when he was with San Diego Chargers. but he hurt his shoulder, and they're like, okay, this is our chance to insert Phillip Rivers, a guy who we drafted number 1. So they took him, and the coach in New Orleans saw, man, whoa, really? We're going to sign you while you're hurt because we believe in you. And so it don't take, like this kid for Kansas City.
Mahomes, yeah.
We'll see, because next year he got to make another adjustment because the league going to find out who he is.
Got that tape on him.
Yeah, so, but you can't see he got it?
Yeah, but among those younger generation of quarterbacks, Mahomes and Goff and those guys, how does Dak fit in with that group?
He's a different guy. See, I'm gonna tell you.
So,
I'm gonna tell you one of the best coaches in the world right now is Pete Carroll. Nobody wants to toot his horn. He's out there on that deep west. Nobody wants to toot his horn. But this guy is one of the greatest coaches I've seen. He's taking a quarterback that he saw as a third or fourth round pick. He decided in a third preseason game, this is my man. He told his offensive coordinator, you find a way to help this kid win because he's got it. So Coach Bevel helped this kid be the quarterback he is now. Not only did he say, okay, I'm not going to kill my quarterback because he is the face of my franchise. We're going to start running the ball. You, offensive coordinator, run the ball. We got Mike Solari here going to help you with offensive line. We're going to run the ball, and we're going to let him, at the end of games like LeBron, if I'm within 7 points, I want the ball last because I'm going down and get what's necessary to score. Pete Carroll got it going on, brother, because he directs what happens. And if y'all can't see, I mean, I know y'all see it because y'all hear me talk about it, but if people can't see that, something wrong with you. This kid went from a raw, talented guy to now one of the best long ball throwers, short ball throwers, along with a great defense. All the guys that say, hey, Pete Carroll, we tired of hearing your story, they didn't get rid of Pete Carroll. They got rid of them. Mm-hmm. You notice that? Ain't none of them gripers. And even my man, Pete Carroll's so smart, he said, you know what? My safety may hate management guts, but I know he truly don't hate me. And I know once he show up, he going to ball out.
Talking about Earl Thomas?
Yeah. He gonna ball. He loved the game more than he loved the game in the respect of how people look at him more than he liked sitting out. Mm-hmm. And when Earl Thomas got back, what did he do?
Balled out.
Balled out. Come on, man.
What were you
Got
saying,
hurt.
Kurt? You were saying something. You were looking at your screen.
What I'm saying is,
Well, I guess it's just, again, I guess Dak's only 25. So do you think he obviously hasn't reached that level yet of these other older guys? Is he going to? I mean, how far away is he compared to some of the other young guys?
the thing is, and I'm just being honest from my point of view, does Dak use all of the abilities we know he have to the best of his knowledge? Or the best? Does he run? See, Pete Carroll let this kid run when he was a rookie. Remember they ran the read option with the beast mode? We got a beast mode. They let him run. They let him swing out after and they let him roll out behind beast mode, throw the ball. Do we do that? Does he sit back there and take hit after hit? Does our guy? I'm just saying, I'm thinking out every bit of tape that's ever been on Russell Wilson. You got the blueprint. Do you want to use it? Mm-hmm. Because Pete Carroll has shown you the blueprint on how to get it done with a quarterback that's raw. That's where Dak
Russell's
can fit
arm
in.
was never that raw, though. I mean, he's always had touch
I
pass.
understand that,
Yeah.
but he was not a crisp, sharp thrower when he first got in the league. He was not.
Yeah,
He
but
was
you could
not.
tell he had natural accuracy.
Yeah, he did. But I'm
But
saying,
yeah, he's improved.
yeah, he's in. Did you see that game the other night against Kansas City?
No, I didn't see much of it.
Oh man, go back and look at that. Go back and see it.
And
When
his scrambling ability is better than Dak. I mean, he's a better player than Dak.
Yes, he is.
And I
Hello,
love
genius.
Dak.
Yes, he is.
Wow.
No,
Better,
but no,
he's got a better
no.
arm, and he's got better mobility.
Yes, he does. But the bottom line is, did Dak not show a little bit of this as a rookie?
Exactly.
Now, okay, we understand what happened in Atlanta, okay? But I've also seen my man get sacked 7 or 8 times for Seattle. But the bottom line is when your quarterback go through that, now as a coach, as an offensive coordinator, as a quarterback coach, isn't your job is to find out how we fix this as quick as possible? We don't take 8 games to fix this. We fix this quick as possible. That becomes a priority. This is the face of your franchise. Why does this not become a priority?
Yeah, Russell's run the ball 94 times this year. Dak's run it 57. No, that's right, 71. That's crazy. Do you think Dak should run more? Is that what you're part of?
I'm saying no. I think if he's in a run situation where, because as the season was getting started, Russell was holding the ball, remember?
Sorry, yeah, Russell's only run 65 times
Yeah,
this year.
but Russell was holding the ball. Okay, Russell's been in the league, 5 years now?
3, 6, 7.
7 years. He held the ball this year a lot. His coach realized that. His coach said, we finna run the ball a whole lot more, and we're going to be more precise in our routes so he don't hold his ball. And that's what they went to. And it started with us, remember? They had like 39 carries for only 113 yards. They was going to put their plan into effect regardless of what the world thought. Because they was going to protect their face of their franchise. Mr. Jones is repeated over and over. Dak is our quarterback. We going to sign him. The son, Mr. Steven Jones, we going to sign him. Okay, if you going to sign him, do you want to sign a statue? Or do you want to sign a guy that's moving around and helping his team win?
Aren't the Cowboys kind of doing the same thing, though, because they rely on the run so much, and aren't they trying to protect Dak that way?
Why is he holding the ball so long?
Well, I don't know.
You got to answer that question. And that's what I keep asking people. If you have the ability to move around, and I ain't saying run, but if you had the ability to move 3 feet this way, 3 feet that way, climb in the pocket, Dak could have climbed in the pocket and moved to his left or right several times in the game, and he just do this little thing that Tony used to do so great and get hit right in the mouth.
You think he'll learn that, or is that just?
I don't know.
You either got it or you don't.
I don't know, man.
He can learn to read defenses better.
I don't know.
And that's going to – you and I were talking about that one day in the studio, and you said, yeah, and when he reads them better,
his anticipation
he'll use his
become
time
better.
in the pocket better.
You know,
and that'll make him a better quarterback.
I'm going to tell you something. Fellas. And I'm not, y'all never heard me say, hey, fire Shannon Lanahan, fire Jason Garrett. I don't get into all of that because the season is too precious to be worried about trying to fire somebody. There's other things you can do, but try to sit up and try to figure out how to fire somebody.
Check back with us in 4 weeks.
You know. But I do believe this right here. If you want to be, unless we just going to hand the ball to Zeke till we beat him down to a nub, our quarterback is going to have to help us win. Amari Cooper is going to have to help us win because it's proven that our other receivers can be covered. So who are your playmakers? So where does Dak fit in? To get back to what you were saying, Shannon, where does Dak fit in? Where do they want him to fit in? Is you going to turn him loose? Or is he holding himself back? I don't know. I asked Mickey, but Mick, what is it? Why don't he move around? Why don't he run a little bit? And I ain't talking about line up and do a run, read option, all that. I'm saying why don't he protect himself and not get hit the way he's been getting hit? You know, he's waiting for a receiver to get open. But Mick, if he don't get sacked, we get a shot at a field goal. Mick, if he don't get sacked and fumble, we don't get a ball back to them. Why is he standing there? Is it a mental thing? Okay, I can deal with that. At least I know what the problem is. Mm-hmm. So where do we fit? Turn Dak loose. Turn Dak loose. Force him to be that guy we saw at Mississippi.
Goose him.
Force him.
Goose him and go get him.
Goose him and go get him.
Well, we got to put a piece of wood or something so whenever he get back there and stand too long, we just hit a little button and
Extra ball.
Yeah, come on, man.
Coach got an extra button on his headset.
How many sacks? 51 sacks. Am I
52.
correct? 52 sacks.
Yeah.
And I will give 11 of them to him. I will give 11 of them to him.
To Dak.
Yeah.
And the other 41
Yeah.
offensive line.
Because sometimes they get back there on them so quick, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, one time, man, dude almost beat the ball back there. I said, man, you'd have been better off just catching the ball and kept running.
Well, Wilson's been sacked 45 times. That surprised me a little bit.
But how many of those sacks has been
First part of the year.
first part of the year?
Yeah, their receiving
first
corps
8
is in
games.
bad shape.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. And see, the reason I had insight on this kid Russell is because I called Troy.
He got sacked 12 times in the first 2 games.
Yeah. And I mean, and this is the funny thing. Their offensive line is not a good pass protection offensive line. I promise you, they're not. But what they are, they will roll on you on that run. They would. Mike Solari has probably went to the coach Pete Carter. Pete, you ain't got to do it. He can move his foot past my grandmama. we got to be awesome run blockers to give us a chance on the pass. I mean, it ain't how many times you run. It's can you move around in the pocket. You go back and you look at the film of and I'll say this. You go and look at the film of Mahomes. This dude move around, man. I mean, you've heard me say his eyes is directly linked to his feet. He moved maybe 5 yards this way.
Moves and never quits looking downfield.
Never quit looking down. Mm-hmm. I mean, wow, man.
Half
Who is
quarterback,
that name?
half
Is that Dion?
That's your dad.
Is that Dion?
That's Mr. Tommy.
No.
Hey, Douglas, is Albert still on the phone?
Yes.
Hey, Albert. What's up, buddy? Albert in Philly.
Hey, how we going?
Great, man.
All right, here we go. If we want to win in the playoffs, and this is for the future as well, first off, Dak has to finish with at least 25 to 30 yards rushing a game. Can you imagine someone telling? I mean, I know Coach Landry didn't want Roger to run as much, but can you imagine someone say, Roger, don't run? Imagine if Roger didn't run, where we would be. It all comes back to when Dak steps back in the pocket and how he processes. Does he go through his first read? Does he go through his second read? Does he get to go to his second read? He has to run the ball. He has to take advantage of all of his abilities because we know we're going to get the open wide receiver and he's going to miss him 5 feet over his head. We know we're going to get that a couple times a game. So if a lane is there, take it. Can you imagine if Dak didn't run against the Saints? We lose. He has to run the ball. And also another thing, I know we're beating Zeke into the ground. And I don't like that. I'm a Landry kind of person. I like to see, Dorsett got his carries, but Springs got his carries too. Newhouse got his carries too. I like to see us, I know it's in the playoffs, but I like to see Darius Jackson. Throw him the ball out of the backfield. He can catch out of the backfield. It just can't be just Zeke. But it comes down to, is Dak going to use all of his abilities? And I can't listen to a game anymore and hear Babe Loffenberg. Oh, well, Brad, if he runs, he might get hurt. Who cares? That's his ability. Run if the lane is there.
Right?
And also, I'm really worried. If there's one thing I'm worried about on our defense, I'm sorry, but the more and more teams go towards Byron Jones, I think you're going to see a corner that's been a little bit overrated this year. He gets beat a lot, guys. I'm a little bit worried about him, but at the end of the day, I'm a huge, I will always be a huge Jason Garrett fan. I can't stand people when they say get rid of Jason Garrett. I love Jason Garrett, but
we found him. We found the guy that loves Garrett. Thank you, Albert.
But Dak needs to use all of his abilities, and if he doesn't get 25 to 30 yards plus rushing a game, we're not going anywhere. Because if one last comparison, seriously, in the early career of Donovan McNabb, he had wide receivers who couldn't beat press coverage, who couldn't get off the line of scrimmage. The corners were sitting down on the corners on the receivers. So the receivers could get open. As soon as he started running the ball, wow, the receivers start to get open. Now we do have Amari Cooper who can beat that coverage, but as soon as Dak runs the ball a little bit more, you're going to see things open up. But it has to be in the red zone too. And last thing, please use our tight ends in the red zone. Listen, every time I see a team,
brother.
Sorry.
Brother. You are right on, man. But we got other callers, man. We're listening to you because what you're saying is right on and spot on. And the Jones thing, I'm gonna keep an eye on the Jones thing. I'm gonna keep an eye on the Jones thing. All right.
Yeah, but use our tight ends in the within 5 yards of the goal line.
All right, Coach.
Use our tight ends.
All right, Coach.
Thanks, Albert. You know what? I agree with Albert and we're going to get to see Darius Jackson in a lot of action, I think, this weekend.
Yeah,
I think he's going to get some carries and some catches, and I'm excited because I hated when they let that guy go because I think we all thought he had a lot of potential in camp a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was.
Whatever it was.
Hey, I'm with you, brother. I love Garrett, too.
But what about the Jones thing?
The Jones thing, let's watch because I don't know if I'm on board with that. Let's watch that.
I totally agree with that.
I don't know if I agree with that one. And then the tight ends in the red zone, man, you get the ball inside the 5, and I will not stop saying this until they do it. You get the ball inside the 5, it's 4 down territory. Give it to Zeke. Zeke to the left, Zeke to the right, Zeke up the middle, Zeke up the middle.
Zeke and hit that tight end.
Yes.
Because I think our tight ends have come a long
Zeke
way.
is stuck in the middle.
Everybody think we need tight ends in the draft. I disagree. I think if
I think you got him.
Hey, if Swain's mother is listening, take that boy and light some candles on him or something. And
take him.
Yeah, because I need for him to play a full season.
Take him to New Orleans, get some voodoo on him.
Don't do that. Don't mix that.
Make sure his body doesn't break.
We don't need
that man.
Take him to the church and light some candles.
Do one or the other, but let's get that man on the field.
Yeah, I need him on the field because if he on the field, then Blake
makes him better.
Then Blake with his anti over there.
Jaws.
No, I'm on board.
He found that snake bite venom, didn't he?
He inspired. He
did.
Jari.
I told him in the locker room Sunday, I said, hey, coincidence, you came on the show, and a couple weeks later, hey, I started to say, But
you know what I heard him say when he was walking? I was like, I'm going to show that ball-headed guy.
I'm not even the one that named him that.
Oh, yeah, you did, Kurt. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit of Randy Gregory, and then after that, we'll have Tay.
We don't want no more coaches calling in on our show telling us the right thing.
Yes, we do. We love it. We love it. On Hangin' with the Boys.
A man's Stetson doesn't just protect him from life's elements. It projects an unstoppable and legendary spirit, just like the men wearing silver and navy on the field every Sunday. Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. They are still the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find Stetson hats in the Pro Shop or at Stetson.com today.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Playmaker, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The Playmaker includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized Intense Therapy lip balm and a Cowboys can cooler. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word Cowboys. The Jack Black Playmaker, $10, free shipping.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with sideline access and photo ops with current players, alumni, and cheerleaders. That's not all, though. You'll get to talk X's and O's with Senior Director of Player Personnel Will McClay and, of course, with yours truly, me, Brian Broaddus. You can trust the official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, and with us, you'll travel like a pro. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
While a player can look good on paper, it's when he's out on the field that you really find out what he's made of. That's why the Cowboys rely on more than just stats and scouting reports when building their team. When picking a tractor, it's why you should rely on more than just specs and features. You've got to take it out and put it to the test. The Cowboys did when they named John Deere their official tractor. Experience one for yourself. Visit myjohndeeredealer.com/football.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
James Winston, 2nd y 12 desde la 23, luego del castigo perdieron yardas y en serio. ¡Balón suelto! ¡Recuperan los vaqueros! Dentro de la yarda 5, Randy Gregory, ¡qué bárbaro! Balón suelto de pronto. Gregory dice, hey, that's the ball!
That's the ball!
Hey, that's a ball!
Let's go, Kurt. That's
Rated.
a ball!
I have a feeling that's
Come on, Kurt.
That's the ball.
Whoa! Mark that. Mark that. That was a cross between Kermit and
Let Randy Gregory say that's the ball part. This just is that Meg. Then you gonna go.
Gregory dice, hey, that's the ball!
hey, that's a ball.
Hey, that's the ball.
Hey, that's the ball. That's like if you watch the Muppets, like a cross between Fozzie Bear and Kermit. Do it again, Kurt.
You do it the
How is
best.
mine any different than yours?
Yeah,
a little bit
different. Yours the best.
A little bit
Yours the
different.
best.
Do it again, Kurt.
Hey, that's the ball.
I just want to get that clean. All right. All right.
Oh, you're awful.
Tay's going to be in here in a few minutes. We'll have
Okay.
to take a break when she comes in to get
right.
her set up. Randy Gregory, you've seen flashes of it all since when he's on the field. Last game you saw, he can change a game. He changed that game.
He won that game.
All
Give
right.
him his credit. He won that game.
There you go. He also has mental mistakes every game. I'm not saying they're all
Physical and mental.
yes.
Yes.
And I'm not saying I agree with all the calls that have gone against him, especially the one where
The,
they got
the low
him.
hits. The low hits was wrong.
Yeah.
The ones where they say he fell on the guy or
Yep.
he hit him in his leg.
Those are the
that's
two I'm
wrong.
talking about.
Yeah.
Last week was
Yeah.
him driving the quarterback into the
Right.
ground, which I haven't seen them call that since like week 3. They backed off calling
They
that.
were wrong. They were wrong.
Yep. But he has had some other mental mistakes, offsides, some
Hitting
other
the punter.
hitting the
Yeah.
punter. Is he worth being the game changer on the field? Can you deal with the mental mistakes? Because it hasn't cost him a game yet. But you know it's going to catch up with him if it keeps happening. In your opinion, is he worth having on the field while he works this stuff out? Is the liability worth the output?
Let me go.
Yeah.
At this point, yes.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, yes. And I'm hoping. This is what I'm hoping. By him having some success, don't lose the being grounded because he's been grounded.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm hoping that he sees the success like, whoa, I can be something. And all I got to do is clean up a few little silly things, and boy, he a big time player then.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that somebody said, man, you see what you can be? And I promise you, Mr. Jones, probably, boy, you see what you can be?
Right.
Do you trust him yet? Because there was a lot of
No.
talk about how we couldn't
No.
trust him because of the off-field stuff.
No.
I think you got to build that trust, and I'm okay.
Thank you.
I'm okay with the penalties he's gotten because the penalties that he's gotten have mostly been because of effort. Running into the punter, dumb, but he's making the effort. Offsides, he's trying to get the jump. Hitting the quarterback low, didn't like that call.
That's a bad call. That's
a bad call,
very
but it
call.
was for effort. It was him trying to got
to
to
the quarterback.
guy.
Yeah.
Driving the quarterback. He's not making just dumb.
He had one in
plays.
Seattle where he pushed a guy and got caught.
Yeah,
flat.
That was the dumb.
That was dumb.
Now
That was big time dumb.
But since
coulda
then,
got off the field.
Yeah, since then I think they've been effort penalties.
Right.
So I'm okay with it, but is trusting him off the field? No, man. It's just like if a best friend or a girlfriend burns you, you got to
Why
build
you
that
always taking
trust.
it back to your girlfriend?
I don't know,
Always
man.
back to
Obviously, there's some stuff in my past that just keeps that's deep down. Just I can't let it go, Nate. Maybe I need to go to some counseling.
He'll say, girl, so that girlfriend
back.
always pops
Yeah.
out, man.
Breaking heart.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe I need to go work that out. But I mean, I think you got to build it. He's building it, and I think his teammates are helping him, and I think coaching staff, and obviously, and this, Mr. Jones is the best at.
Yeah.
They don't give up on guys.
Yeah.
Look at the guys they keep around. David Irving, they could have given up on that guy. Randy, they could have given up on him. Rico's another good example. They see the potential not only as a player but as a person. Josh Brent, he's on the coaching staff. There's so many
Yes.
teams that would have given up on these guys, and they haven't, and they care about
See,
them.
I'm working over here.
Nate.
Yeah.
Nate's here.
Yeah.
Kurt's here.
Yeah.
Hell, we tried to fire Kurt. We took Kurt's magazine away from him and still won't get
Try
rid
to
of
get
him.
rid of me. See how you are.
So,
Kurt has not left the building.
How would Gregory be without Lawrence?
You
on
gonna
the
give
other
up the seat? You
Taylor's about to walk in. Are you
you're
going to change sides?
Trying to get rid of me? No, you can turn. You can turn to your left there.
What do you think? Do you think it's what's your opinion?
Yeah, I definitely don't totally trust him, but I definitely wouldn't. I'd keep giving him these chances. I mean, the way he's been playing has been great. Last half of the season, he's leading the team in sacks. I mean, he's
6 of them, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Nate? Worth it?
Let's hang
in there.
See, the thing that as long as somebody's in his head and talking to him, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't gonna be we, it's gonna be him, because it's always gonna be about him. And I'm telling you, he's got to love himself more than others. You know, if he continue to love himself and say, I got to do this for me, I got to do this for me, and then see, God, I hate to bring up God, but God gives some of us a unique talent. But it's a demon that comes with that talent. And you got to continue to fight that demon for yourself. And if you can win for self, then his family will be blessed through his unique skill set. You know, and that's what I believe. So every morning he got to wake up thinking about, I don't want to do this to myself. I don't want to do it, because if he can take care of self, then others will be blessed around him.
That's a great perspective.
I want Nate in his ear.
Uh-oh.
Can we hear me? Can we hear my girl?
Tay,
what? There we go.
I want you to be in his ear. You need to
no, because see, my rules are a little stringent, because when he get ready to go to bed, he be like, Nate, you can't keep taking the covers, because I'm going to have to be with you 24/7, bro. I'm going to have to live with you 24/7. I'm serious. I would. I have to live with him 24/7, because if he fails, I fail.
Yeah.
That's how serious I have to take it. If he fails, I fail. You know, and I don't want to fail. So he'll be like, golly, man, golly, Nate, you can at least go home sometime. Nah, I ain't going home.
You keep wondering.
Man, if they're fighting you for the covers, you're not going to get many clients.
Well, you know, I keep referring to Kurt as having 5 kids. He really only has 4, but Nate goes home with him every day because he doesn't want the show to fail.
They're studying at night.
Yes.
They're just reading together.
Taylor, let's take a break.
Yeah.
When we come back,
with
what
Tay
are we what are we talking about on Tay What?
The We Over Me Farm from Quinn College.
Okay.
Just a little teaser there.
All right.
Okay.
You probably don't know what the hell that is,
but we're going to do it.
We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Stay listening.
When we come back on Hanging with, the boys.
That's it. She hanging
and
with
Taylor.
the boys.
And
Yeah.
Chica.
There we go.
You're like
Tell you
me,
what.
you love. I mean, if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code REALDEAL. Limited time. Price for a little package. After 3 months, renews monthly at full price. Currently minimum $40 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
It's time for tailgating with the OtterBox boys.
OtterBox? The overprotected phone case company?
Yep, and they've got an essential tool for your next tailgate party. The bear-resistant venture cooler.
Now, wait. In all my tailgating days, I've never seen bears tackling brats on the blacktop.
And you never will, because a venture cooler with a locking kit is basically bear repellent.
Can't wait to try it out at my next tailgate.
That's been Tailgating with the OtterBox boys. Visit OtterBox.com to learn more about their certified bear-resistant venture coolers.
Do you want the most interesting, up-to-the-minute Dallas Cowboys news straight from the Star in Frisco? How about exclusive and on command? That's right, news and nuggets you can't find anywhere else. With our exclusive Cowboys content on Alexa, you can have all the answers, secrets, stories, and more. What's Stephen Jones thinking during a game? What's Joe Looney's favorite pregame meal? We take your questions to Cowboys players and coaches, and you can hear the answers directly back to you. Just say, Alexa, open Dallas Cowboys.
Now's a good time to tell you that SeatGeek is the new source of tickets for all your football needs this season. SeatGeek makes managing tickets easy, whether it's buying or transferring to a friend. They even tell you the best deals for every game based on their deal score technology, which rates every seat on historical data, price, and location. Download the SeatGeek app on your phone and take $20 off your first purchase using code DALLAS at checkout. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
A man's Stetson doesn't just protect him from life's elements. It projects an unstoppable and legendary spirit, just like the men wearing silver and navy on the field every Sunday. Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. They are still the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Find Stetson hats in the Pro Shop or at Stetson.com today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Back hanging with the boys and girl, and Kurt's going to talk about
get your father to do this.
Look at-
You should be doing this.
Tommy reading Tommy John. He wants no part of it.
Oh, well, you're a smart
He
man.
only
Smart man.
He only wants wedgies and nestling the boys to come out of your mouth, not his.
So strong
There's
at the
nothing
balls.
right about what you just said. Nestle the boys and Tommy John, the softest, most supportive underwear out there. They're
So
feature packed,
soft.
so soft. Featured, feel amazing. Got mine on today.
So nestled.
Have you got your daddy, Tommy John?
Please, Nathaniel.
You got any yet?
I have not.
Well, see, you know,
Hey, that was pretty sweet.
It was
That was pretty sweet.
all I could do to get y'all some.
I appreciate that.
We hustle
welcome.
hard.
Would you do that again? What'd you do?
No.
Come on, you ready?
He was feeling the material.
Yeah.
You're feeling
With
things,
both
all
hands.
right.
Feeling the
You
material.
guys look good doing that,
Thanks.
too. They're backed by the best pair you'll ever wear. They're free, guaranteed.
Best pair of what?
Tommy John. Best pair of your little feeling nestle thingy hands there. Plus, shop exclusive Cowboys underwear at TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 20% off your first order. TommyJohn.com/Cowboys.
Okay.
Get you some drawers. Oh, by the way, I forgot the damn sweaters today. So tomorrow, Kurt, don't let me forget.
Okay.
It's going to be fun.
Reminder
When you
on your
emailing?
phone. I'll set one for you.
All right, sweater fun Friday.
Yeah.
Nate, I got yours. Kurt, you got yours in your
Yeah,
office?
I do.
All right. So what do we have coming up now? Douglas, play the drop.
Tay, what?
Who
That's
wa-
Nate
That's Nate, isn't
Newton's
it?
voice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nate didn't even know me that well when they asked him to do that. That was all
Recorded at
Douglas.
Valley Ranch.
Was it
His
really?
brainchild.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
Douglas thought of it.
every Thursday, the last segment of the show, we're going to have Taylor Stern on the show.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. And she is going to pick some topic. Tell us how this is going to work every week.
Yeah, some random topic, always related back to the Cowboys or the general NFL.
Or football, yeah.
Or football. And it's either something that's social, viral videos. Shannon knows about those pretty well. Or it's just going to be a nice, warm and fuzzy news story because the Cowboys, they're pretty international.
Yeah.
And
Right,
there's
yes.
lots going on all of the time.
Will there ever be multiple?
it's going to be awesome.
Will there ever be multiple stories?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Will
just
there be
whatever.
games?
So it'll be a surprise. We could play a game one day. We can play.
Just
do whatever. Okay.
Yeah, a timeout from the seriousness.
Okay.
We got to make sure during the off season our show is on Thursday. Okay, let's go.
He calls the
know.
plays
Hey,
right.
maybe we do 2 days a week and we do a football show and just a Taylor show.
Time out from the seriousness. Isn't that like our motto?
Yeah, basically.
Can this young lady have a segment?
Okay, so I teased it. Quinn College, located just south of downtown Dallas.
Okay. Would that be Oak
Historically,
Cliff area?
Close to there,
Off
yes.
45.
Yeah, off 45. Historical black college. Well, back in 2000, this man named Michael Sorrell took over the college.
Okay.
And it was not doing well. You know, everything, they were losing a lot of money. They had a football field that was completely dead grass.
Yes.
They couldn't afford to, operate or
Oh,
farm
yeah.
it
Oh, so
at all.
Nate, you're familiar with
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
With everything she's saying, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I love that he said this. There was a great feature that was put out by Fox last week prior to the Cowboys game. And it was a feature talking about the Cowboys partnership with them, which I had no idea about. Well, Michael Sorrell, he said that he called in his youngest employee, which is interesting to me, because a lot of people always think the Y's are at the top.
Right,
but
right.
he called in his youngest person, and they said, just look up what grows in Dallas. Random. They're not our agricultural school or anything like that. And they decided that they were going to start farming fruits and vegetables. So they did that. They have 5 acres anyway on the college campus, but they now have, this expansive farming, solution for the community. They have a farmer's market. They give back to the community. They raised enough money to build a supermarket close to them. And George Wasai, the director of food and beverage for the Dallas Cowboys, he was a kicker there. Nate,
Right.
you love kickers. He was their kicker back when he went to school there. He found out about this and decided that the Cowboys will always be committed to buying at least 10% of all of their fruits and vegetables.
And they turned their football because they got rid of their football
Yes,
team.
that's where they farmed it.
They turned that into where they grow the crops, right?
Yeah.
Still have the goalposts there and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the We Over Me farm. Pretty cool. So, yeah. But the story message that I like, Shannon, and I think can relate to pretty much anyone and everyone, they realized what they were dealt, and he saw what they were dealt with, and instead of just, chalking it up to failure and, oh, this can't work for us, pity us, we're victims of, just what we're dealing with.
Right.
He didn't do that.
Right.
And they switched it, and they're farmers.
That's pretty cool. And
Nate,
so-
how are you so familiar with it?
Well, not my friend. I think his wife, Miss Lisa. He's a police officer. Tony Hayes, my best friend for life.
Tony was on the show, right?
No. That's my brother.
Oh,
okay. See, like when I got in trouble, I just made all my friends police
cops.
officers. So
Smart man you are.
So I think his wife attended that. I know a few other people, but I tell you this right here. When I first got here, I tried to be a part of Quinn, but it never clicked. But I always, every now and then, I drive down through it and see that it's doing all right. And you just, girl, I know I invited. I know we.
Nate and I are besties. We're soul siblings.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about it.
So I saw the video. You showed me the video this morning. It's actually super cool. Where can they go find the video to check this out?
I will tweet it out. How about
Okay.
I'll tweet it out, or I can send it to you to post on the Hanging with the Boys
No,
Twitter.
tweet it out from yours, and then we'll retweet it.
Okay. Yeah, it's really cool. And
Yeah.
I think it's just, unique to the fact that the Cowboys do have such large sponsorships, and we're always talking about Tommy John and American Airlines and the big, big, big brand names that we're all associated with.
Yeah.
But to just go in your own community and team up with somebody like that and then bring it into the stadium is really cool.
And Miss Charlotte Anderson good at stuff like that.
She's great at that.
You got a good cause. And see, now, let me say this. If you have a great cause, you bring it to the Cowboys, but understand it's going to be investigated. So don't bring that shadiness.
Right. And the cool thing is George Wasai has been here for.
Is this George of the Jungle?
It's not. It's not. Not even close.
Watch out for that tree.
Did you pull that, Douglas? Did you find
Not
that?
yet.
No. Yeah.
Well, Douglas has done a nice thing, and we're going to start excluding
A lot of people
you and your
don't
girl.
know
What's
that.
my girl name? Miss Lindsay. We have a lunch once a week, all of us, and he didn't make it today because he didn't want to bring his father. Why do you want to bring your father? That's right. That's right. HR.
Can't bring outsiders into the training table. They frown upon that. I got to sneak him around the
I couldn't even
building.
bring my wife in. It was so funny. I'm like, yeah, that's good. But anyway,
Eat quickly.
we got to start eating together.
I'm with it.
Yeah, and bring Miss Lynn's and
break bread.
The only thing I'll say,
because
though-
we got Douglas coming now.
Do we?
Yeah.
Damn.
Too much. I don't like eating around Nate. On Sundays, he'll be watching me eat during the game, and he'll be like, Taylor, breathe. Taylor, breathe.
Her and Miss Lindsay will order this health food or this good-looking food or whatever it is.
Wolf it down.
And for some reason, Miss Lynn's always start before her. And Miss Lynn's just
Never
be like
notice these trends.
chewing 100 miles an hour. At least she chews hers up, but
she just swallows the whole.
Tay just be going spoonful.
Because Shannon gets mad if the snappy clips aren't out anytime. I gotta get on.
She gotta work, Nate.
Okay.
She gotta work.
She just be, spoonful. Like, where is she chewing?
Inhaling. The cool thing about this product, George has been here, 30?
Yeah.
27 years.
27 years.
We're doing a little feature on him in the program.
Are you really?
Playoff program. Little
Very cool.
Kicker at Quinn College.
I did not know that. And the cool thing is he found a way to give back to his college. And like you said, I guarantee you any of us could go to ownership, Charlotte, whoever, with the plan and say, hey, I want to give back to my community. I want to give back to my college. Here's a plan that I have. And I guarantee you they would say, if it's a solid plan and it works, they would sign off on it.
They can stand up into investigation, baby. They gonna.
Yeah, that's what's so great. People don't realize that about this family. They do so many behind the scene things like that. Like you would never know that. It's just something they've been doing since what year? When did they start?
I looked back. The last thing I found was 2013. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
So don't.
So
take
at
my
least
word.
5 years, and this is the first time it's even come up. And there's no telling how many causes and things like this they do that no one ever
There
knows
are
about.
little stories about little families they help all of the time. They helped a family that lost their home in the Southern California fires over Thanksgiving week. And some of them are picked up in their national news just because of the Cowboys brand.
Right.
But a lot of them they just do on their own and they don't even say anything about it.
And sometimes they even say, don't put this out there because we don't want people thinking we're doing this for publicity, and they just do all this
Exactly
stuff
right.
because they don't want it to look like. But I mean, it's such a great organization and family to work for. Like it's awesome. What's the feature on
What
George?
are you going to give back to West Monroe?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He signed his mom back there.
Good point.
Mama Gross.
Good point. I don't know. That's a great question. I got to figure that out.
You know what we should do?
What should we do?
We should go with all four of us and get Fish Killer and Mr. Majestic and Doug and do a show down there.
In West Monroe,
Just go to
Louisiana?
lunch You know,
no, with Paul Quinn, not Westman.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you talking Paul Quinn? Okay.
Oh, you want to
Nate was
go
talking
West
about
Monroe?
West Monroe,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, he said, "What did you get back West Monroe?" Hey, we
Paul
gonna go
Quinn's
back
big
down.
time now, though.
Conquering hero.
We would be little people to them. They have like speaking engagements all of the time now.
Do they?
I mean, it's for real.
Need to check it
Well,
out.
we
Michael
need to go
Sorrell.
check it out. We need to go check it out for real.
Yeah.
You know, hey Douglas, how hard would it be to do a show from down there with us for?
Let's do it on the bus.
It can be done.
We need to look into that, man, and just
You know what? We'll
promote that right there.
Take George with us. That would be awesome.
With George Reba?
George Wasai.
Is he
Man, but you got to get George Wasai.
offside?
George
penalty?
George Reba.
Sauce, and then pouring it on his head.
A name with George. George is a funny name to me. That's when I put a bunch, you know.
Oh. Hey, is Adam still on the phone?
Hello?
Adam.
Adam, do you have a question for Taylor?
We're going to close the show out with you, man.
My name is James. It's not Adam.
Oh, James.
Thanks, Douglas.
James, do you have a question for Taylor?
I'm here.
Well, I think it's very nice what she does. I mean, that's a great story. I do have a question. I just wanna ask
do
Shannon
you
real
have
quick.
a question for Taylor, sir?
I got the
When he
answer.
called
James.
in half an hour ago, she wasn't here.
That's true.
No, I'm actually.
Shannon,
James, just ask me and I'll pass to my colleagues.
well, I mean, I just want to ask
I'm
hey,
just
Shannon, I'm
joking.
hoping
Go
you got
ahead.
your pizza. From,
The
that I sent
pizza.
you from-
Yeah,
from
where's
New
his
York City.
pizza?
Okay, so
Oh, he
James, I got
Sat at home
New
for
York
Christmas
City.
and ate
James,
pizza,
no,
didn't you?
stop. Quit looking at me like that, Nate. I can't lie about this. It came Friday afternoon, and everyone had left the office.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
You were sent pizza?
Yes, by James. I had left the office about noon or 1. It came about 3 o'clock, and our guy in the mailroom calls me. He goes, "Dude, you got a package on your desk that says perishable." And I live about 45 minutes from here.
Right.
And I was like, where's it from? And he told me, and I was like, damn it, that's the pizza James
Right.
sent. I forgot all about it. So I'm calling everybody in the office. Nobody's in the office. Dave Hellman was in the office. And I told Dave, I said, look, will it fit in the fridge? And he said, no, the box is too big. And I was
But
like,
it'll fit in Dave's belly.
so Dave took it home.
Oh.
And I need to find out if he cooked it or not over the holidays.
You know he did.
And if he didn't,
I'm
then
so
we'll get him to bring it.
disappointed.
James, I sincerely apologize.
Just have to murder
Yeah, there were
Hellman.
individual slices. All you had to do is throw it in the freezer. Yeah.
All you had to
I didn't know that. I thought Dave said the box was too big to put in the fridge.
James, just
Here
tweet
at his
it at
office.
Hellman DC and tell him that he's a goner.
That ain't right. That ain't right at
If he
all.
still got him, I'll
I'm
get him
blaming
back.
you.
Put the blame on me. It's my fault for trying to get out of here early on a Friday.
Well, I tried calling the show, man, but I got clicked off by Douglas.
Douglas?
So you got to tell him.
Well, hell, he doesn't even want to acknowledge your name. He said you were Adam from Atlanta.
Don't believe it.
No.
James, I'm sorry. I owe you. You know what? Hang on the line. Let Douglas get your mailing address, and I'm going to send you something nice.
Some pizza.
Okay.
For being so thoughtful.
I might have an
I appreciate that, and I'll try to send it again next year, a little bit early in the.
I'm so sorry.
But let me ask. All right,
James,
so
what's your
so
last name, James?
Medina.
Okay.
Nate, why are you rubbing your face?
Go ahead on with your question, James.
No. Well, it's
Who's that
interesting that you
pizza?
guys are talking about, like, you know, how the Cowboys doing. I think that's great, especially the behind the scenes stuff. I mean, I work with a football organization in New York City, and, you know, it's tough around here. I mean, I know down south it's a little bit more. I mean, what's going on with, like, concussion protocols and stuff in the Northeast, it's a lot tougher to get kids. Did the Cowboys ever help out, you know, anybody outside of the state? Because some of these teams, you know,
The
they
NFL
hold,
does
you know,
that as a whole. The NFL, I don't know if it's our players union, but go out and look at the NFL if you want to try to get connected on that larger stage. Go into our NFL Players Association, the active and the retired, and either go into the National Football League in itself.
Yeah. Hey, and James, leave Douglas your phone number, and I'll do some investigating on my end and see if we can get you a connection at the NFL to see.
Yeah, I'll do that because then there's going to connect. Because I just got sent like one of like those tax forms. You know, they just raise money and we send them out to people, and we've gotten local politicians money in the past, but it just doesn't happen no more. And we used to be a powerhouse. We're called like the Bayside Raiders, even though we play in Flushing where the Mets play.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we were a powerhouse team. We go back 2003. We would have 5 teams with 60 kids on the team. You know, we can barely even field 2 teams now. That's how bad it's hit.
Yeah.
You know, some of these organizations.
Well,
and we had some very good players come out.
Don't hang up. It may take a couple of minutes, but I will pick the phone back up after Shannon closes the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for calling in,
no
James.
problem, guys.
Hey, and thanks for the
Thanks,
pizza,
guys.
man.
Love you guys.
I'll find out what happened to it. If I can get it back, I will. If
They're
not,
8 individual slices, and you can freeze them. They're good for up to 6 months. So if you didn't eat them all, hopefully you get yourself a slice. That was for Nate and all you guys.
all right, man. I'll see what I can do. But hang on the line. Don't hang up. Douglas will
Okay.
get with you in a few minutes, man. Appreciate it.
You probably went to Dave's house and had pizza, didn't you?
Y'all
Me and
stop.
Nate
Stop. Y'all stop. Now,
So
I
Tay-
take care of y'all.
so
Stop.
Tay-
Nate,
so
stop.
Tay-
Do you
so
think
Tay,
Dave is familiar with
No,
freezer
don't,
technology?
Nate.
So, Tay, is there any other things that you want to talk about? 'Cause is your segment.
How long does this segment go? I thought it was until 1:30.
I mean, hell, we can go till 2:30 if you want to.
Well, my thing is, you bring due
Stop.
to the situation
Stop.
that has just happened, you bring a light to this. So I want to make sure I concentrate on you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You notice Nate's demeanor, how it changed whenever we took away his food that he was supposed to get? Look, he won't even look at me.
There's no need to.
I feel like we broke up.
You all right, Kurt?
Yeah,
You have
I'm a little hurt.
unconditional love.
Yeah, man. I mean,
How is this my fault?
this guy said
How-
a week
They
ago.
weren't here.
Y'all weren't here
They
either.
weren't
This
here.
I
guy
was
said
here.
a week ago.
I was here.
You didn't
He
answer your
called-
phone.
he called
You
him.
want to look? I called you,
did,
first.
You did call me, actually.
You piece of.
So you was
Why didn't
on
you
this,
text
Kurt?
me or leave a message?
You in on this with
No.
him?
He didn't answer his phone. I called him twice
didn't-
to say, "Hey, there's a box in my office. It's
You
the
did-
pizza
you
from
should've
James
texted
York."
me.
Decline.
Why didn't you answer my call?
I didn't see it. I had my phone turned down.
Then
on
how the
desk.
hell you gonna see a text message if you couldn't see
Well,
that call? And didn't call me back. Still hadn't called me
What
back.
if Shannon
You
had been
didn't
on
leave
the
a
side of
message.
the
You
road?
didn't know-
I will say, Shannon has saved. If I called Shannon at 4 in the morning
Right.
and said, I am stuck in prison, please come pick me
Right.
up, he would. There's no doubt in my mind.
I might have
Well, how would you be stuck in prison? There's a lot of papers he got.
Yeah.
a lot of places you could be stuck besides
don't be
prison.
stuck.
Prison or bus.
Now I might have to Uber there if it's 4 in the morning. I'm probably still a little 3 sheets to the
You
wind.
call Kurt. Kurt.
Kurt wouldn't answer.
Hellman probably had
I'd
it all. He probably had none of
Wait,
it. No,
yeah,
Dave.
what is the deal that Hellman said it wouldn't fit in the freezer?
Should I
mean,
text
pizza
Hellman and
can
see if
be
he has
double
pizza?
Well,
stacked,
no,
it can be
I
triple
think it
stacked.
came in probably a dry ice box. You know how like those Omaha steak boxes come?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably in a big box wrapped and stuff. So
I just
he
can't believe Shannon blew that, man.
He did not think outside the
Shannon
box.
would be all. He's normally about stuff like that, giving gifts and.
Taylor, I'm sorry we ruined your.
No. I think we got to the bottom
We
of
did,
this.
yeah.
I did just text Dave to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Right.
And I said, did you eat all of Shannon's
bottom of
pizza
that.
already? So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can get an update next Thursday on Tell You What.
yeah.
We'll figure that out. We'll
So
go to the bottom of this.
and we'll be better.
You know what we
We'll
need
be
to do?
better in your segment
Taylor,
next time.
let's do this. If he has any left, because I know you'll harass him long enough. If he didn't eat it all, bring 4 slices in here next Thursday.
5.
Go hook them up. 5. Get
Next
Douglas one.
Thursday.
6.
We'll just come in tomorrow and eat.
Because it's not her segment tomorrow.
Well, she can come in anytime.
Maybe she doesn't want to work all day tomorrow.
Kurt, I really do appreciate you,
can
and
come
your support.
You can come in anytime you want, but get them, heat them up in the pizza oven, and we'll eat them on the air.
Okay. I'll make
I-
it happen.
Okay,
We have a pizza oven?
but let's be.
Yeah, we do.
Have you not been to the training?
Douglas never been?
I've never eaten
Which I found out today, Joe Looney is the mayor of the training table. That's breaking news here.
Is he?
Yeah.
How
The
so?
mayor.
That's what Coach Garrett called him. He was asked about Joe Looney's attitude and what a great attitude he has. Team player guy. He enjoys the Looney Christmas tree. And he said, yes, he is. We call him Rudy Giuliani because he is the mayor of the training table.
Nosferatu.
Well, if he's the mayor, then
Jumbo Joe Looney doing some dancing also gets everybody going.
if he's the mayor, then Charles Haley's the governor because he runs the training
Oh, I
table.
don't know
No,
about
please.
governor.
He's the enforcer.
Yeah,
He's a mobster.
the local
A
jester.
mobster. That's what he is.
Scary.
Well, fellas, it's been real. Kurt, thanks for showing
Thank
up.
you.
Sorry about your pizza. We'll get it back next week.
Team.
And next week we hope
Nate,
we're a little bit better
thanks
on
for
your
bringing it.
segment, and we expand a little bit more on your
Yeah.
segment.
No, this was great.
Fine.
This was a great first.
No
day.
calls during her deal.
Yeah, Douglas.
We can at least get that. No
and
calls.
and if we do get a call in there, let's get the name and the place.
The ball!
Douglas, thanks for doing what
Hey,
you
it
do.
was good to have our studio audience here.
Tommy Gross, thanks for showing
Tommy.
up.
Good to have
hanging
a
out.
studio audience person all the
for
time.
first time. Kent, thanks for pushing the buttons. Taylor, thanks again. We'll see you next
What will
Thursday.
we talk about tomorrow?
Man, we didn't talk
Pizza, yeah.
anything about this game that's coming up this Sunday. Does anyone even care about this game Sunday?
Just let all the Cowboys that's healthy play, and that's all I care about.
Taylor, do you care about the game on Sunday?
Saquon Barkley?
Yeah. Do you care?
Don't let him go off. I care about Cooper Rush, y'all. He's your backup quarterback right now. And the fact of the matter is he has, 1 for 3, 2 yards is his stat line in the NFL.
His professional career?
Yeah.
He'll do good.
Hey, Douglas, can we play the Cooper Rush interview tomorrow?
I would think so.
Awesome.
Had it for a while.
There we go.
When she said Cooper Rush, I meant to say, you mean Amari Cooper, but hey, no.
There we go.
He's replaced him.
All right, fellas. See y'all tomorrow. Hanging with the boys.
Bye.
Like a big pizza pie. It's Mari.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!